Hello again, it's Eric Moss, and I'm going to talk about a climbing injury that really held me back for a couple years. It was a chronic issue, and that is triceps tendinitis. It's a chronic inflammation of the triceps tendon, and I would experience it as elbow pain generally. It was hard to pinpoint the exact location of the pain, as it goes with these sort of injuries. And I experienced this for maybe 3 years climbing, and I would just have to taper off my climbing, and it was really a difficult thing. But I identified the reason, and I have fixed it since. And the reason is a problem called chicken winging, and that's when you're grabbing a hold and your elbow goes out like this. And that happens because your internal rotator strength is greater than your external rotator. In other words, your rotator cuffs don't have enough strength to pull your elbow into the wall. And so what happens is your elbow's out of the wall like this, or even further like that. And I didn't really notice it too much until I started videotaping myself climbing. Videotaping, like we use tape. But anyway, the ultimate cure is to train my rotator cuffs, and I'll be posting a video about that once I figure out the best rotator cuff exercise. So now that I've been training my rotator cuff and external rotation, and even just isometric holding that position, that external rotated position, it makes for much more efficient climbing. And here's why. If your elbow goes up, you'll notice that your fingers are now at a different angle to the hold. So if your elbow's down here, you're pulling directly down on the hold. If your elbow's out here, you're pushing down more like this, which is you can still get by, but it's not nearly as efficient, and your body weight is actually going to be further from the wall. So you can imagine my chest is going to be further from the wall if I'm in a chicken wing position, whereas if my elbow's tight into the wall, my chest is going to be closer to the wall. It's going to make for more efficient climbing and also less injurious climbing. So that's something to keep in mind for now. I'll try to do a more comprehensive analysis of that and treatment of that. Thanks.